Hello, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and dudes of all teenagers, as well as the gals. My name is Christian Chandler. I am here, and y'all are there.
I find it fascinating how honest people can be on the internet. They feel that just because they are behind the screen, they are without consequence. It's the tale as old as time, a life lesson that a handful of users seem to never learn. A lesson we can all benefit from. My relationship with this individual seems obsessive to most, and what do I get out of it? Absolutely nothing. I can promise you that anything I mention about Chris will not even break the surface. This rabbit hole runs deep, sometimes even too deep. Has my mental health been affected by all this? Yeah, probably.
But it's better to let farts out.
Whenever someone asks me who Chris Chan is, I find it hard to explain in one clean sweep. Think The Truman Show, but Jim Carrey has autism and believes in a dimension where Sonic the Hedgehog and Peter Griffin are alive and well. Yes, I'm not making that up.
I have randomly decided to make this video because I am sick of all the false accusations. So I tell you for sure and for true that I am straight, and I understand the ladies.
The internet has always observed them from an outsider perspective, and I think it's time to look from the inside out. I want to see through those smudge lenses myself, and put on the striped long-sleeve shirt.
Please, everyone, help us. We lost a whole bunch of money.
I don't condone his actions, nor I never will. But in order to prevent the next Chris Chan, we need to dive deep into the belly of the beast. And that's why I've packed my bags, and I'm taking a trip to CWCVille.
Citizens of the internet, I present an open message to each and every
One of you. Y'all should know me by now, but if you don't, I am Christian Weston Chandler, the original creator of Saichu, the Electric Hedgehog Pokemon, back on March 17th, 2000. Any dates earlier are void. I present this open message because I have a whole bunch of people on the internet give me hate. Show me a lot of hate.
Christian Weston Chandler. Some know him by Christopher Weston Chandler, others Christine Weston Chandler, most notably Chris Chan, an internet personality that's been on YouTube for years. They are an artist, most notably known for their Sonichu comics, one hell of a Guitar Hero player, and a Love Quest conqueror. I told my brother that I was making this documentary and he looked at me like I was an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. There might be too much content by now about Chris. There is a lot of content about Chris, don't get me wrong, but I think I've found a way to spruce up the whole narrative.
You think you could just hate me just to get a laugh out of yourself? Think about it. You're laughing at somebody else's pain and torture because I am lonesome, still trying to find a boyfriend-free girl and to make it to a sweetheart. Y'all think I'm just a sap, a chump, dumbass, whatever you may think. But you know what? You every last one of you who has expressed hate against me, you're the shitheads.
This is dead serious. My mother and my father are angry at me. They're blaming at me. It's my fault. I admit it's my fault. I want everything about my house off the internet. I'll send in detectives. I'll send in police. I'll send in everything in my power.
Yes. Listen to me.
Yes.
Shut that goddamn thing off.
I am.
Do you realize something? Let me tell you. If the health department of Greene County sees those videos that you put on the damn internet, they could condemn our house and we would have to move out of it.
So yeah, please get everything off of the internet now, 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 now!
Okay, so how does one get into CWCVille? That's a question that I've been trying to ask myself for a long time. CWCVille is a place that Chris thought up of, where he rules as mayor and everything that he's ever created lives there.
All of the local government people has consulted with our overpowered psychic types, the Justice League, the Avengers, the CPUs, the game industry, the world leaders, and so on, to get the details, make the plans, and kept the larger details coded down for everybody else's comprehension.
So essentially the objective of this film is to live like Chris Chan for a day and to see if the effects of how they live their life would cause them to, be like who they are today. So my hypothesis is if living like Chris Chan, even for a day like today, were to shape the causes of their actions, could we better understand why they did some of the shit that they did. Chris has been out of a job for 30 plus years. I think the only job that they've had is a Wendy's for a couple weeks, and then they got fired, and that's the only known source of income outside the tugboat that they have. So essentially for 30 years they've been, in a confined room like this, playing video games, eating junk food, and having no responsibility. So obviously being in a closed space like this for some time would probably have an effect on a person, and I'm gonna try and see if doing it for a day would have an effect on my body. So there are some rules that I want to do. Obviously there are things that I don't want to do that Chris has done in the past. I'm gonna stick to essentially what their life was off of the camera, and then what was kind of inferred while they were on camera. So there's a lot of tells in Chris's videos where you can see what exactly they've been doing for the last day or so. So I'm gonna stick to all of that, all the controversial stuff. We're not touching that. We're not doing any of that shit. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the experiment day, where I'm gonna be like Chris Chan, I guess. I woke up at 1 o'clock, which is relatively accurate to when Chris wakes up. I think he goes to bed at 6 in the morning and he wakes up at 1. Whatever, I don't know, but I need some coffee in order to do this, so I'm gonna get some coffee.
Would it be funny if you got into a car crash during this?
That would be pretty Christian. Chris does like iced tea. I could get a refresher.
Get an iced tea. I love how you said he loves iced tea, so I'm gonna get this completely different thing.
Well, they don't have specifically iced tea.
They do, you have to ask for it.
But I want caffeine.
There's caffeine in tea.
Alright, sorry about that one. Sorry for you.
Can I get a small black iced coffee with cold foam. Could I get a medium raspberry watermelon refresher?
Did you want that made with green tea, coconut milk, or lemonade?
Green tea, please.
Sure thing. Anything else for you?
Do you want donut holes?
Sure.
Let me get a 5 thing of blueberry donut holes.
Unfortunately, we only have the regular blueberry donuts. Would you like just one instead?
Yeah,
Alrighty, anything else for you?
that'll do it.
Pull forward. Might have be 7 or 673.
I don't know if that's 6.
This is where we find out Tommy can't count.
Here's your donut.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here are your 2 drinks.
Thanks, man.
Have a good day.
You too. They didn't put cold foam on it. Okay, let's go do some Chris Chan shit. Chris likes Sonic, but I'm more of a Mario guy. Usually Chris would wear like a striped shirt or something. But let's see. Check that out. Look at that. Don't look disgusting. She approves.
To be adored! Oh, we are here at cheese stuffed microwave pepperoni pizza and a can of cheese. Must begin!
You need me to take stuff out of the fridge?
No.
They told me that this is what documentaries were like. I do it all the time. Babe, how does it feel to be in love with a guy that's obsessed with Chris Chan?
I don't know. It goes back and forth. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We had a first date. Like literally a few hours after I met you, you introduced me to this person.
That's how I got you.
It really is.
I guess, like, the difference between me and him is, like, I got a girlfriend. What if I lived like this every day?
That would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you still love me?
I would love you, but I don't think we could be like together. It's kind of depressing.
I know you don't like Doritos, but these are underrated as fuck.
I don't think they're underrated as fuck at all.
Huh?
I don't think they're underrated as fuck at all.
When was the last time you've seen somebody with a sweet chili bag of Doritos?
Literally the last time I had a... Do you remember the bonfire?
I'm talking about, like, walking down the street.
Who the fuck? I haven't seen anybody walking down the street with a bag of Doritos.
I don't know, like a little bag of Doritos?
No.
A little mini bag?
When's the last time you saw that?
I've seen people.
When? Name the last time. Let me hear.
Places.
Which day?
Places.
Like what? What's his favorite soda? Is it Dr. Pepper?
Fanta.
Fanta.
Orange Fanta.
Orange Fanta. Oh, I do remember
We
this.
should have got some Fanta.
I mean, we still can. Maybe we can make a little adventure out of it.
Unironically, I eat Doritos like this all the time.
I know this about you, my dear.
You have to be in the mindset of Chris, I guess.
Yeah, what do you think he'd be thinking about? Do you think he just sits and eats? I don't think he just sits and eats. I think he does something and eats. Because it's like the mindless snacking.
That's true.
Like, he's not sitting there just eating. Like, he's, like, playing video games.
Okay, I had, like, maybe, like, 2 handfuls of Doritos, and I'm already, like, full. What should I do?
Wash your hands. Do you think Chris is a licker or a wiper?
Both.
Fair.
Both for sure. Comics are their bread and butter. When you think Chris Chan, the first thing you gotta think of is Sonichu. In order for me to be like Chris, I thought I would have to make my own comic for myself. It's not gonna be as good, but give me a chance. Let's make some comic books. Okay, I ran out and I got some materials to make some comic books. You might be asking why comic books? Chris is known for doing a webcomic series called Sonichu. Basically what that is just, it's a mixture of Pikachu from Pokemon and Sonic the Hedgehog. By the way, he thinks that this is an original character that's licensed to him. So in his mind, if he were to be in a legal situation, let's say Nintendo wanted to sue Chris for copyright or something, same thing with Sega, Chris would be entitled to win that case because Sonichu is a character that he came up with, which doesn't make sense because, you know, it's just blending those two characters together. There's been at least 20 issues of the series. A lot of it's not even really about Sonichu. A lot of it's about Chris trying to find a sweetheart, is what they would call women that were single, or in Chris terms, boyfriend-free girl. What I want to do is I want to create my own original character. We're gonna create our own comic. So the first thing I would do if I was Chris is I would come up with an original character, or an OC for short. Chris likes Sonic and Pokemon. I played a couple of the Sonic games. I'm not like the most Sonic savvy person. I'm more of a Mario person. So I think I'm going to do a Mario OC. I'm also not like the greatest drawer, which will work in my favor. This is Sonichu, but in the lore of the comic book, Sonichu is Chris's son, canonically. So like literally, Chris is like their father, mother, it changes. Okay, so I think I have an idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to draw it real quick, and I'm going to show you guys what it is. Oh, dude, they have Mr. Sketch. Remember these things? I wonder if they still sell. They do! Wow! Okay, I got the outline done. Now I gotta clean it up a bit. I wonder how many markers Chris has gone throughout the years. Like, he's known for spending most of his income on like Legos and model magic and stuff. I wonder how much, like, has somebody ever added up how much money they've spent on just toys and coloring materials? Meowio. What if it's about Meowio and me? Mario's my son, and we need to protect the Power Star. Okay, that can work. Every great artist has a window to look out to. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Okay. So that's Princess Pichu. She's half Pichu, half Princess Peach. Makes sense, right? Okay. So I open up in the Mushroom Kingdom. We got Mushroom Kingdom. And everyone's all happy, yeah, the war's over. Got Princess Pichu with Koopa, and they're both bonding over the Peace Star, which was at first a Power Star. But now it's a Peace Star, because it symbols their togetherness. Oh wait. Boom! Wow! Roar! What's happening? Here he comes. You get the point. You get the point. They grab the star. It's a Power Star. They want the star. Who wants the star? By Team Koopa, of course. And Bowser. Who's gonna stop them? Mario. I don't know. How many pages is this? They're not full pages, but like... It's a comic book. Okay, do I feel anything different? I feel more relaxed. I don't know if that's just from drawing or whatever. I think if I were to fixate over these characters for 30 years like Chris did, I could start to understand like how that would not improve someone's mental health. Chris actually believes that these characters are real, like actually real. There's a dimension where these characters actually live. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think a day's worth of making comic books is gonna help me understand. Other than like, it's a good waste of time. So after Chris would be done making OCs and eating a bunch of garbage, I guess the best way to wind down would to watch some of his favorite shows. So he watches a lot of media, obviously. So I've narrowed down 3 shows that I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch Sailor Moon. I'm gonna watch a Sonic cartoon, of course, and I'm gonna watch Pokemon. It looks nice, I'll give him that. I'm like maybe 5 minutes in, and I'm already like, okay, if I'm gonna push through this, I need to get a drink. Okay. Okay. It's you know, it's an anime. Yeah, I don't think I'd watch that again. I don't know. It's not for me. Let's keep going. Let's watch Sonic. Okay, so I found a Sonic cartoon on the same platform. Oh shit, here comes Sonic. Here he is. There he is. He's so cool. Gotta go fast. I vaguely remember watching this as a kid, I'm not gonna lie. I'm losing my mind. There it is. I just watched 3 of Chris's favorite shows, back to back to back. So here's my thing with this. I'm not like the most anime person, like fan out there, I guess. I grew up with Pokemon, so obviously Pokemon was my favorite out of the 3. I don't know if it's because I don't like that type of television that I am feeling negative. I think it's hard for me to come to a conclusion with this segment because I'm not a fan of anime. If I were to only watch those shows for 30 plus years, like, keep in mind with all the other stuff that I've been doing today, yeah, I think I would go a little crazy. Now, like, the question that I have is, why do we think Chris believes these characters are real? Some say it's a defense mechanism. Staying in your childhood is a great way to escape from adult problems. It could be schizophrenic. Now, take into account Chris, who doesn't really have those adult stressors and just watches these instead. So another one of Chris's favorite pastimes is to play video games. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna play some video games and see how I feel. Yeah, so my game of choice is Overwatch. Chris would play Sonic or some shit. I don't have any Sonic games, so I'm just gonna play what I play. Honestly, this is the most relaxing thing I've done all day, which is saying a lot because I'm playing Overwatch. As I sit there with my beer playing some shitty game, I recollect about what the day has really been about. I'm sure a lot of Chris fans are gonna look at this as some sort of joke that I'm pulling on Chris, or I'm using this platform to make fun of them, but it's really not about that. What really drawn me to this subject starts 3 years prior to me making this. I was at a really low point in my life, and I started watching Geno Samuel's videos, and something about Chris had me second guessing myself. I've been clinically diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I think the first case was probably when I was 15 years old. I was lucky to have family and friends that supported me and wanted me to get better, but even at that point, there were still some times where I couldn't get over some really bad stuff. I see Chris videos, yeah, they're funny, but there's also a little bit of sadness. If you've been watching this and go, well, maybe I'm a little like Chris too, trust me, at your worst, you're not. You can like anime and eat garbage and play video games, but I guarantee you have a safety net. I guarantee that you're not long gone. There is hope for you. Now for Chris, I'm not sure. Some endings are good, some end bittersweet, some end like dog shit. Who knows what happens to Chris Chan? Only the future's gonna tell.
A YouTube personality called Chris Chan has just been arrested in Virginia on, of all things, incest charges.
What the fuck?
And I have the fire, but I desire to not hear you say I have a boyfriend, and I see the ladies walking alone, one by one, and I never wanna hear I have a boyfriend. I'm stuck as a virgin with roads. I suddenly let you go my age. I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend, and I have the fire, but I desire to not hear you say I have a boyfriend. Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with no truth. I suddenly let you go my age. I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend. I'm stuck in this lonely cage. I suddenly let you go my age. I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend. Why do all of the jerks get all of the pretty girls? Yeah.